All right, let's talk about this a minute. Now, with this East Palestine train wreck and the length of the trains that they're running nowadays, not only Norfolk Southern, CSX, BNSF, they're running 2 and 3 trains stuck together with these things called DPU, distributed power units. And it used to be like you'd see a 90 to 100 car freight train. And their infrastructure was built around 70, 80, 90 car trains. Now you've got trains that are in excess of 200, 300 cars, and they haven't changed the infrastructure. There's passing sidings on these lines that can't hold a train. So other trains have to sit there in a city and block roads and roads and roads because it won't fit on a passing siding because they won't update their infrastructure. The same thing goes with defect detectors. Now, I saw that video of what happened in Salem. That's 20 miles from East Palestine. It takes roughly 8, 9, 10 minutes now for a train to go by, maybe even longer. When by the time they got the signal, the alert from the defect detector, they were already in East Palestine. And then they applied an emergency brake application, which the video shows. See, the engineer didn't know. His train's so damn long. He didn't know. He puts on the emergency brakes, and that either it was a bad axle, flat wheel, or an overheated bearing snapped right off the car and threw the rest of the train on the ground. The trains are too long, all because they want to save a dollar. Did you know they're getting ready to try to implement to the Surface Transportation Board? They want autonomous trains. They don't want anybody driving the trains because they don't want to pay for it. So that's what's coming down the pike. You need to bring back short trains, stop with this DPU stuff. You know, half the time those things, they run off of GPS signal. And a lot of times those motors, those extra engines in the middle of the train, don't get the signal for a second. And they'll keep on shoving, and the train's trying to slow down, and you're shoving trains off the track. There's been a bunch of instances of string lining and stuff like that that's going on with trains and the way they're setting up trains and the way they're making up trains. You've got too much tonnage behind the engines, plus you've got engines pushing on that. I mean, DPU was a great idea, but they've used it to its extent. You can't do anything else with it. It's a baby that's overgrown itself, and now it's causing problems, major problems. They need better infrastructure or shorter trains. You know, ever since the Staggers Act in the 70s, the railroads have been allowed to do what they want to do as far as employees and management and trains. And now you've got poor guys out there. A conductor's got to get out and walk the length of a train, which could be up to 3 miles, to look for a defect when you've got a broken knuckle or something. It's ridiculous. It really is. People need to get together and complain to your officials and your congressman and the Surface Transportation Board and tell them these trains are too damn long and they're too damn dangerous. That could be, East Palestine could be in your neighborhood next.